Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for another Journaling on a Budget video. And today I'm going to show you how to make two different large multi-pocket fold inserts for your journals. And the two that I'm going to show you look like this. And this one I don't have my decorations glued on yet, but they're going to look like this. And then it has a pocket here and here and here. And these pockets are large pockets. They're like the full length of the page. And the other one looks like this. And this is one I did eons ago. And this one is just pockets after pockets after pockets. And each one gets a little bit shorter as you go. So I'm going to show you how to do these real quick. They're very simple to do. What I have here is pages out of this is out of a Reader's Digest book. Reader's Digest books are not sewn in as signatures. They are individual pages and then they are glued together. So when I count out some pages and then I just rip them off, they pretty much stay glued together. Now, if you have a book that, your pages are not glued together on the edge like this, all you need to do is between each of the pages, just run a little bead of glue down the edge, stick another page on top, run a little bead of glue, stick another page on top. And you don't want to just take 4 or 5 pages and put like washi tape on them, because it will tape the outside page to the outside page, but all of your inside pages will be loose and they'll fall out. So you do need to glue them together if your book does not have them glued. These stay pretty good. And so that's why. And then once you finish doing the gluing that you need to do, that is still going to hold up. So, but the way that you do it is, we'll do this one first. And with this one here, all you need to do, and you can do these all different sizes. Now this one has 3 different pockets in it. I have one here. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one has 7 pockets in it. So you can do as many as you want. The one with 7 pockets, I did at 1 inch measurements. And I just start at the bottom and I just start measuring. So now we'll do this at 2 inches. So I'm lined up at 8 here, so I'm going to put a mark at 6 inches here. And then I'm going to go to the next page. And I'll do that one. Oh, well, that was 2 inches up. Now this is 4 inches up. And now this one is going to be 6 inches up. And then I have one more page left over. That's what's going to be the back. And then all you have to do is you just take, now the first page, you'll have to separate your glue until you can fold this straight across. And if you use your writing when you're folding, that will help you get a nice straight fold, is to just line up with that printing that's on there. So I'm just going to fold that one straight across. Whoops, nope, I lied. The very first one you fold all the way at the bottom. Thought that looked kind of funny. So the very first one, I'm just going to come all the way to the bottom, line up my corner, and just fold it across just like that. Okay? And so I actually did my measurements wrong also, because this is my first fold, goes all the way to the bottom. So my next one is going to fold at 2 inches up from the bottom. Okay, and what you need to do with this one is, once you get your fold made, just turn it over and cut off the excess. Or what you can do to make it even sturdier is, I would do this, because this is what I did on mine. Just fold it over the back like this. And that will make it sturdier, because we'll just glue that down and just give it a little extra sturdiness. So let's get that one out of the way. Now we're going to come up to the 2 inch mark. And again, we're going to separate this as much as we need to in order to fold it. And I'm going to line it up with the writing on the book and just fold that one up. Now this is just a little bit long here, so I'm just going to have to trim a little bit off so that I'll be able to fold it back. And this is actually the part that is going to run along here. It looks like the top as I'm cutting it, but it's not. see what I mean by is that's the part that folds into there. Okay, so now we've got that one. And that was up 2 inches, so I'm going to need this one to be up 4 inches. So we're going to do this one right here. And we're just going to fold that back. Just like that. And now there we have got our pockets. Now, you can take these and fold them to the inside if you want to, and then you won't see this fold over bit right here. It'll just be straight lines each one. If I fold this the other way, okay, so if I were to fold it like that, those would all just be straight lines just like that, and you wouldn't see the corners. I like it folded this way because I like the interest of having this little extra here. And if you have a picture in your book, you're going to cover it up anyways. So that's what it looks like. Now the way that I put these together is I just put a little glue. I'm going to start right here with the back and just glue this flap down. If I can get the top off my glue. And don't put too much because you don't want your paper to get too wet. But I'm just going to glue that down. And then I'm just going to glue the flaps down just barely a little bit along the edge. Because when I put things in my pockets, I don't want those things to catch on the little flaps. And then if you smooth your glue out, it makes it so that it's not as wet and it doesn't wrinkle as bad. And then a little bit along the edges of this one. And my glue is almost empty. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to glue just across the bottom of each one. Just a little bit across the bottom. And a little bit across the bottom. And a little bit across the bottom. And there we go. So now what we wind up with is we wind up with 3 large pockets. Because these pockets go all the way in, all the way to the back. This back one is, the pocket is as large as the full sheet of paper, except for the little bit that you have glued across the bottom. And then just go in and do some edging on it. And then I picked some pretty paper, and I just cut my paper to fit on there, and I'll get that glued on. But I want to edge my paper too. I want to put some distressing on the edges. But you just do it like that. And then what you have is you have a full pocket here. And then this one is a little bit smaller, but it's still, these are very large pockets. And then you've got this one here. So I just think these turn out really nice. It's not too bulky. And then what you do is just pick a page in your journal. And then I just take it and glue it right onto the page. Now the Reader's Digest books will fit right in your book, and you can either line them up at the bottom, you can center them, but they will fit this way. If you've got a larger book, trim it down before you do all your folds so that it will fit into one of the pages of your book. And then that will be there. And then when you open it, you know, we're going to glue this down completely. And you don't even have to do that. You can glue just around the edges. And if you're going to glue just around the edges, you're not going to want this flap here because it very possibly will catch when you want to put something in. But you could just glue around the 3 edges, and then you'll actually have a pocket at the top also, which I actually might do with this one. So what I'll do is I'll just glue a full page on this so that I don't get catching on this. I'll just glue this solid, and then I will make that pocket like that so that I actually have a pocket on the top also. So, and then you just, you know, cut your pieces to fit. Now for these pieces, I just, you know, cut just a small piece. It doesn't have to go all the way back in there. You know, these are just little squares, just enough to cover what's showing here. So that is the first one. And then the second one, again, you can do them any size that you want to, but you can do marks on your paper and do them all the same size. You can just kind of do them by eye, which is what I do a lot of times. And so I don't do this one completely full size, so I'm going to fold this one back, just like that. And then I'm just going to take my next page, fold it up there, and fold it a little bit shorter. And then my next page, and fold it a little shorter than that. And this one's going to have lots of pockets in it. And then take this one and fold it a little shorter than that one. And eventually, if you get to the point where your pages are hanging down off, then just trim those off before you fold up your next page. Like this one is now going to be in the way. And because it's not going to show, I'm not going to really worry about what that cut looks like. And these are not completely even. So like I said, if you want, you can measure them to make them all the same size, so that your little flaps here are all exactly the same size. Just like that. And then I'm just going to fold that one over to the back. And then with this one, what you're going to do is you are just going to glue just along the edges of your paper. And even though it looks like it's small, make sure that you glue it all the way across, like this. And actually, I'm not going to glue this down, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to edge it first. So always do your edging before you do your gluing, because otherwise you can still edge it afterwards, but it's just really hard to do. And if you accidentally do glue it together and you forgot to edge it, what I usually do is I take a extra piece of paper, if I'm trying to edge this line right here, and I put this piece of paper in here like this, and then kind of hold it up and edge it, so that anything as I'm touching, as I'm going, I'm not getting it on the row behind it if I don't want that to show. So then you're just going to glue it all the way across the top and the bottom on each page, and then you will have all of your little pockets. And here's one that I just did, and this one again is not glued together because I just finished edging it, and but I'll just glue those together. And then if you want to, it looks really cute. I don't know what I did with the other one, but I already showed you that one. They look really cute if you put little eyelets in there, or they look cute if you put brads in there. Like this one's got eyelets going along all of the pockets to hold it together. And so those are the different kind of folds that you can make. Super simple. It gives you a lot of space to store things in, and I think that they just look really nice. So, and then on this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this one here, and then when I'm finished with this one, I'm going to glue it on the back side of this signature. So, and then this signature is one of my front signatures, so this will be at the very front of my signature, and that one, this one right here, will be at the very back of my signature. And actually, I wouldn't put it there because everything's going in this way, and this is the spine of the book. So actually, where I will put this one is here. It will still be at the back of my signature because all our other pages will be in here. But that way, it's easy to put your things in. If you put your pockets facing your spine, you'll have a hard time getting things in there. So that was just a quick little tutorial on some what I really like as pockets. I really do appreciate you stopping by, and I'm really happy to hear that everybody is enjoying this series. So I will be back with another video when I get a chance. Thanks again for watching, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.